All right, time to record another podcast. Just log into Discord here. Okay. Get in the old hella average group. Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me? Guys. Hello. What the fuck's going on here? Microsoft Windows has to update, take fucking hour. Oh, Jesus. Tap dancing Christ. Oh, man, first the fucking Dragon Ball Z beta, now this. What the fuck did I do to you, God? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 34 of the Hella Average Gamescast. As always, I'm your co-host, Cam, and alongside me tonight, we're a two-man show. I've got Carmen with me. What's happening, buddy?
Man, I'm just hanging in there. Got done eating dinner a little bit ago, and then I thought we were going to have Jeremy, but his computer decided to do some really fucked up shit to him, so it's just us, dog. You ready to talk about some shit?
Yeah, I'm ready to do the usual video game chat. I did.
Oh, we're talking about video games?
I think, isn't that what we're supposed to do? I thought that's what we
were talking about biscuits and corn dogs.
Speaking of biscuits, I had cornbread for dinner.
Nice.
God, it was so good, man.
I love cornbread.
I love a good southern meal, and I had catfish stew and cornbread. I love it. So let's talk about some video games. What you been playing this week, buddy?
I picked up Monument Valley after all the talk that we've put into it, and that puzzle game is phenomenal. It has a story. It's complex. It really challenges you. I'm not afraid to admit that I went on YouTube, watched a few videos of things that I just couldn't figure out, and then even after watching it, it still didn't click. And
so
then
it's really tough.
Oh yeah, dude, it's tough. Some of the stuff is super easy, but like in this game, you can pivot the map. In some cases, like you can pivot the whole platform you're standing on. And then by moving the platform, two non-connecting, we'll just say bridges, will form at a point, and then you can walk across them with your character. So you have to like angle things just right, move stuff, set things up. It's pretty complex. I'm pretty excited to get started in the second one. I've got both on sale. I think they were $6.99 for both, but if you bought them separately, I want to say they're like $5 each.
Did you already finish the first one?
Yeah, I finished the first one. There's 10 puzzles.
Very cool, very cool.
And then there's a DLC you can get for $1.99, and then the whole second game, I still have something to look forward to.
That sounds pretty cool. It's a little out of your element for the usual that you're doing.
Yeah, so I played a bunch of that, and then me and you and Will, we rocked out again on Rocket League. Fortnite had us a blast, like always. I can't wait to talk about Fortnite later in the show.
Absolutely.
Because the game is phenomenal right now. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I logged in yesterday. Compared to last time I logged in, it looks like a whole different game.
Yeah, it's brand new, and the mechanics are tightened up and everything. So, what have you been playing?
Well, I did the usual. So we played a little bit of Destiny. We had some fun with that Nightfall. We ran the Rat Kings. And for those of you who don't know, a Rat King is a sidearm, which is basically like a secondary gun, but it goes in your primary slot. And the more you have, like if you have all three people running it, it shoots faster, has a higher clip rate, and does a little bit more damage. So we ran all Rat Kings in this Nightfall and completed it at first try. That was pretty fun.
Pretty hype. Yeah, those grenades helped, but
yeah.
Dude, the end of that thing had me so nervous.
Yeah, because we had like Ad City at the end. Like we basically just put challenge mode on ourselves. We're like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah,
so that was fun.
Though.
Then we played that Rocket League, and that was cool because I feel like I'm getting a better grasp on this competitive Rocket League. We won 3 out of 4, so that was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was solid.
And then so Fortnite, we'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. But that game is making moves. And, you know, I think that I was the one who said PUBG was going to be the king. Well, I don't know if I can stand behind that anymore. Like, this game is quickly making moves. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. I did get a chance to dive into the Batman Telltale series. I did the first episode, which I've done before because it was free on the Xbox a while back. But I went ahead and started again because I didn't remember a lot of it, so I played through that. And that's a really fun Batman. Like, it's really cool. I mean, even though it's a Telltale series, it's not for everybody. It's a cool way to be Batman because you actually feel like you are Batman, so that's pretty neat. And then, let's see. That's about it. Played a couple matches of PUBG.
Slug G.
Slug G.
That's what I like to hear.
The slog is real. It's just so slow, and I can't harp enough on how slow the rendering is. It's like, I'm telling you, it has to drop down below, I say 10 frames jokingly, but it probably does dip below 15 at least 3 times or 4 times during the gameplay.
It's got to be better on the Pro, or what's it called? The
X.
One X.
Yeah, I've seen articles that say it does work better on the X.
But I heard the problem still exists. Like, when you first drop in, the rendering is horrendous, and then you have to, like, wait for it to start, doing all its generations and spawning in trees and buildings and all of these things before it's really good to go.
Yeah, it takes it. And, like, when you're in the pregame lobby with all 100 people, like, you could run and you'll just stop running because somebody that hasn't loaded in yet is in front of you. It's crazy.
That's real bad.
So, other than the novelty factor of PUBG, then, Xbox is not the best place to play it. I can't speak on the X. I was playing on a regular launch edition Xbox One. So
yeah, I would say PC would be your best way to ingest PUBG if you're gonna play, and not just any PC. Like, you need to definitely have something that can handle, upwards of 100 frames.
Oh yeah, you want to maximize it. Like, we were talking last night about Rob, who was on the show, and he's played it a few times on his gaming laptop, and it runs. It's still got a little sluggish. It runs about on that laptop like it does on the Xbox.
Yeah, so about the same. So we're looking at maybe 30 frames when it's at its peak. And then anything after that is probably 10, 15, 20. So.
Yeah, ideally, I kind of want this with any game. You want to at least lock it at 30. Some games try to hit 60, at least lock it at 30. You don't want it dipping below 30 because then it just gets terrible.
And that's no good for the consumers.
It's not. And this gaming world, we talk shit about some games, but like at the heart, like, we want to play good games because that's what we do for fun, and that's what we do to unwind, and that's what we do to kind of escape reality sometimes. So you want good stuff, you want good content from every developer, Yep.
I mean, it's hard to get. You don't hit gold. Like, I want to relate to myself. Like, I'm always trying to think of an idea of, like, what can I do to get rich, or what can I do to make a lasting impact? And it's hard to hit gold. So I'm sure it's just as hard in the video game industry.
Oh yeah, there is no easy and quick path to it,
Yep.
But other than that, I didn't play a whole lot of anything. I did cut on Injustice, went to do like half of a multiverse, and then you fucks summoned me, so I had to cut it off halfway through. So,
oh, yeah, blame us for your Blue Beetle still being level 15.
Ah, I got him up. He's level 16 now.
Oh,
16.
Wow. It only took 40 days for one level.
4 more levels, and I'll start working on another character. I really decided I'm going to work on Robin next.
Oh, so then you'll have Robin done by what? Like,
probably by the
middle of 2019?
I'm expecting to get 2 characters level 20 this year.
That won't happen, dude. You're about to get lost in another fighter. Like, it's not happening. Like, I don't want to be a negative Nancy and hold you back, but, I mean...
Well,
Dragon Ball Fighterz Z is coming.
That's a perfect segue into new releases, and we finally fucking have something to say here.
Holy shit, you're going to post something on the website?
I'll post it on the website if you want. It's going to be one thing only. Bold capital ass letters with a nice big Goku under it. Dragon Ball Fighterz Z is coming this week. When you hear this, it is out. It will be out the day we drop this podcast. We'll drop this podcast Saturday, so it'll be out on Friday.
So why don't you write a review, dog?
I'll write a review. I'll throw a review up. We can do that.
Yeah, like, let's just do it. Let's get it kicked off. Like, our first review of 2018.
That seems like a good place to start. I think that sounds perfect.
Because if it's the only new release that we're, like, excited about, that we're finally talking about something new, like, we might as well go ball out. We can probably have that up by next Friday, and me and Cam will collaborate on it.
That sounds like a perfect thing to do. And it's exciting because we kind of followed Dragon Ball Z not from inception, but once it started getting this hype all the way through, we've seen it all the way through. And, kept everybody updated on the rosters and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely in for that. That is the only new release, but I can't stress enough how excited I am. We're going to talk a little bit more about it when we get to our news, but I'm going to be hooked on this fighter for a little while, for the foreseeable future, at least.
Yeah, dude. From what I'm seeing from like the different things that they're showing now, that everybody's got their early access to the full game, it's going to be nice.
Yes, absolutely.
Real nice.
I know Jeremy's super excited to actually get to play the fucking game. He's been crying ever since the beta ended. So
fuck that beta.
We'll get some game in Friday. You're going to be out of town, so you're not going to be able to jump on it until Sunday night or something, aren't you?
Yeah, I probably won't be on that till Monday or Tuesday.
All right, so I'll be here this weekend.
You guys will be worlds ahead of me by that point. Well, you will. Jeremy will probably still be crying about his connection.
It'll have to update. That's what's going to happen. It's going to take 2 days to update. Then you'll be perfect in line with him.
Yep.
My goal is to find just find my squad. Like, get good and just find my squad. Like, who am I good with?
That's going to be the tough part. But then you also got to, like, I don't know, they got to have good chemistry, like, when you're doing your swaps.
Yeah, true. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know that I like all the characters, but I'm going to end up finding, like, somebody that just fits my playstyle. Like, with Injustice, like, I mean, I liked Blue Beetle before, but he was, like, my favorite DC hero is Batman. So, obviously, I was with Batman. I was like, he's not hitting the way I want him to. And I fucked around with Blue Beetle. I was like, yes, this is it right here. So, I'll find somebody who just fits my playstyle.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a very enjoyable first few days.
I'm also excited to see what the DLC holds for this. I know we'll get new fighters, but I know we've got a story mode in there too, so I wonder if we'll get more of that. And, you know, the Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 story modes were awesome. Like, that storyline was pretty epic. So I have high hopes for the story. You know, fighting game stories are historically not that great, so I'm hoping that this breaks the mold.
Yeah, I hear that it's actually quite long, though. Like, it's like 15 to 20 hours, like, if you don't skip any cutscenes.
Oh, wow, I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, but I think that they're really going to incorporate a lot of, like, deep cutscenes and not just, like, quick little bursts like what you would have seen in, like, Injustice 1.
Yeah.
I haven't played the story mode in Injustice 2, so I don't know how fast-paced it was, but, like, you remember you would have, like, only, like, a 10, 15-second scene, and then you were back into a fight, and then they were introducing the next character you might be using, or so on and so forth,
yep.
Till you were wrapping up their arc, and then you would get a longer scene. But I think this one's going to be, like, long all the way through.
Yeah, and that's going to be refreshing, too, because it's probably going to be like watching a Dragon Ball Z movie or a series.
Like watching a show, you know, watching a few episodes, but you get to live out the meat of it, which is the fighting, which is what everybody looks forward to.
We got to take a quick side note and say that Dragon Ball Super is going to end soon.
R.I.P.
So
they're ending it like on 131
130
episodes.
Something. Yeah, I thought it was 135, but it's right there.
Yeah,
that's kind of sad, man, because this is doing really well. So
yeah, I don't know. It's not the best. It's good. It's very good. I've enjoyed it. I'm on like episode 90, but it's kind of been like there hasn't been much progression. It's just like we're doing a bunch of tournaments and we're doing a lot of fighting. And spoiler alert. I mean, everybody's should be way ahead of me if you're watching this, but, you know, like, there hasn't been, like, one enemy like Cell or Majin Buu or any of these things, Frieza, that, like, really, like, stick out to us. We've rehashed 2 movies at the beginning, and then it's just been, like, off and on fighting and, like, just a little bit of no real evil other than, like, a few people here and there, and it's just not that good.
Yes, and I haven't watched it like all the way through, which I still plan to. I'm probably going to wait till it's all dubbed, but I just I know I get told by you and Jeremy what happens. Jeremy told me every single week what was happening when I was working with him. So I knew what happened through the Goku Black saga. I know how which I love fighting tournaments, so that's why I like these games too. So I'm definitely going to catch that whenever it comes out dubbed. But you can see how how much impact it's making, how popular it is, because they're building. I mean, you're seeing Dragon Ball Z everywhere right now. Like, games everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude, it's nutty right now. Like, this, it's back. People are talking about it on the internet all the time. You're always seeing reviews. People are going nuts for this stuff.
So I got to say, as a preliminary, to go pick up Dragon Ball Fighterz Z or Fighters, however you want to call it. It is definitely worth having. And if you're any type of fighting game fan, an anime fan, this is going to be right up your alley.
Yeah, this is the game for you.
So let's keep it moving into news. And we've been talking about Dragon Ball Fighterz, so let's keep it going with that. So we also obviously have had 2 betas now. The first one was a little rocky, so they did another one to kind of make up for it. Well, the early access reviews are coming in, and this game is getting stellar reviews across the board. They're not saying anything. I mean, there's nothing really bad about it that I've seen yet, so that's really making me happy. Have you seen pretty much positive stuff, Carm?
I've seen all positive reviews so far, and then everything that they're talking about has been stellar.
Yeah, and like that really makes me happy. Like, when I heard that, I was like, "Fuck yes!"
Yeah, dude.
They do have loot boxes, but check it out. They're doing it for cosmetics only. The right way that you should do these things.
Yes.
There's no stats.
And I'm not sure if they're going to do them for real money, like, because they're going to do them for Zenny, like, which is an in-game currency, and then they're going to do them for... There's a second in-game currency, I can't remember what it's called, but you get this currency when you get duplicates of items that you've already received.
I'm going to assume that you can buy them with real money, but you can also just get it with in-game currency.
Yeah, and people have already come up with ways to get the most money the fastest, and
of course,
what they're seeing to be, most efficient, which has been combo training, and it's like if you can get through all of them with one character, you get X amount of Zenny, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, people live to optimize these games when they come out. It's crazy.
Yeah. I just like doing it naturally, though. I just like playing.
If you play a game organically, the stuff will come. Like when we were playing Destiny 2, like that's what a bunch of people would ask us. And like we just tell them, just play the game and you'll get there. It doesn't matter what you did at the time. Just play and you'll get to where you got to get.
Yeah, the best cheese in any game is to just play it and just not die and just do your best. And that's it.
Yeah, and when you're in a squad with a bunch of fucks like you, and then you say, "I'm tired of hearing my bad, motherfucker," then you just let them know.
Fuck.
Y'all, Carmen's an asshole. Like Carmen, when he loses it, he will go off on dudes online. Like it's hilarious.
I'm so toxic. I'm like the most toxic person to play with. But it's like I'm patient to a point, and I'm willing to explain things, and I'm willing to break it down, and I'm willing to keep trying. But man, all you gotta do is shoot the right triangles, hop off, punch a scion, get back on your plate, and shoot some more triangles. And when you can't do that, you're really gonna piss me off.
The wrath of Carmen will ensue.
I just fucking rage quit. Like, I just turned the PlayStation off. I was like, I got other things to do. Like, you guys keep fucking this up. Like, I'm done.
I did see an article that said, or it was a tweet. I don't know. I think it was for Bandai Namco. But it said that there's a Chaozu-sized shadow in this character select screen. So maybe Chaozu will be more than like a secondary character.
Maybe he's in the motherfucking game,
Maybe
boy.
he's actually in there, and Carmen, your dreams will be realized.
Bro, if Chaozu is in the game, I'm going to just master him, and I'm just going to select him as my only party member and fight both you and Jeremy.
You're going to stay up hours on end getting this shit done, and you're going to whoop our ass with Chaozu.
Just Chaozu. No switching, nothing. Just straight wreck sauce.
If you do that, I'll buy you a pizza. I'll have it sent to your house.
Yeah, just save it for when we record.
Yeah, I'll save it for when you come down here. I'll get us all pizza. If you can whoop my ass with Chaozu.
No, just me pizza,
yeah,
bro.
Just you.
What is this?
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you win with just Chaozu, you get the pizza, and we don't get to eat because we're scrubs.
I'll save you some crust.
So moving on. Apparently, they're making Fable 4. Did you see this?
I did not, but I've never played Fable. So
I played Fable a long, long time ago on Xbox, and it was fun from what I remember. And I didn't play any more after that.
Okay.
It's a cool RPG. I remember one of the elements was, like, if you started doing, like, bad shit and made, like, bad choices, and you would get a dark ending, and if you did good shit, you would get a good ending kind of thing. So that's always a pretty cool concept. Just an RPG that got, good enough to get some praise behind it. And I figured, like, Fable 3 is what I think it was, flopped. Like, it was terrible.
So they're going to try to redeem themselves?
It's what it sounds like. I'm going to see what Fable 3 got on Metacritic. Because Metacritic is the end-all, be-all.
The end-all, be-all.
So, yeah.
Have you seen our Metacritic score? 0.
Zero.
No, fucking with you.
0 bags
Zero
of dicks. 0 bags of dicks. Which I guess is better than like negative dicks.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
Let's see here. Fable 3 for the Xbox 360 has 6.5 user scored and 80. So it's not bad. I guess I was speaking out the side of my neck when I said it was bad review. So it wasn't terrible. One of them was, I swear one was bad. Maybe 2.
I just don't remember people like talking about it. I don't know. I guess I just wasn't in the scene, so I didn't pay attention to it at the time.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't. No. So I mean, they're getting decent user scores on Metacritic, which obviously we don't base everything off that. Anyway, so there's Fable 4 is supposedly coming back out. I saw an article on GameSpot where the director or creator was talking about what he'd like to see in the new game. So keep your.
Did
he didn't go into too many specifics.
Okay.
But we're gonna keep our eyes on that because it was a pretty well received RPG. You know, going all the way back to the original Xbox days.
Yeah, we'll have to see what kind of hype they put behind it. Maybe you'll scoop it up for the Xbone.
You know as good as I do that Microsoft needs all the help they can get in their first party titles.
Exclusive department.
Yeah, for sure. Because they're lacking hardcore right now. And if they keep going the way they're going, Sony's going to crush them again this year.
Yeah, they got to everybody's got to step it up. Nintendo gave everybody the business towards the end of the year, so.
They did, and I wonder, do you think they can follow up with that this year? Like, I mean, they released 2 basically Game of the Year titles in 1 year. In 6 months. So. I don't think that they can replicate that.
I think they're going to have a bunch of, mid-tier games, 7.5s, 8s, if we're looking at it on a scale of 1 to 10. But they won't put out 2 9.5s or 2 10s this year. No way.
I mean, that's a lot to ask for, don't you think?
I do, and I don't think that they have the development time in to do it yet. Now, 2019, got something to look forward to, I'm sure, but 2018 is going to be kind of even keel for the Switch. They need to put out some kind of showstopper, but I'm not sure.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but it has to be a new Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Which I don't think they can get done in this year.
Yeah, I mean, I see why you're fighting me on this one. You don't know what they've been doing behind the scenes. I feel like we haven't seen. I mean, they're sitting on this title for a while, and Donkey Kong's a big hitter, So that would be where the basket my eggs are going to.
And then they have to make key decisions about how they do Donkey Kong. Do they kind of replicate Mario Odyssey and do Donkey Kong in a world like that, or do they do Donkey Kong as a side scroller, which is what we've traditionally seen?
I say you bring back not bring back, but we get a new Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would hope for.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the gold standard, right?
I mean that's the game I fucking still love playing, Donkey Kong Country. It's the best.
Yeah, I don't see, and don't get me wrong, like Nintendo, what they did in 6 months in like the second half of the year is like almost unprecedented, especially in gaming. Like they just brawled the business harder than any company did. Last year was a year that we'll be talking about for a long time in gaming as a whole.
Oh yeah, you'll remember 2017 for a long time.
Oh yeah.
When you discuss gaming, when you discuss standards that were set, that was it.
I just wonder how lackluster this year will feel if they're not living up to that. Like if we're just like, oh, nothing to talk about. Oh shit, guys, there's not too much to talk about here,
I know. I mean, I'm looking at this cardboard box that my Sperry's came in a long time ago, and I'm wondering, what can I turn it into right now?
I think, and it's not something that I'm going to get or by any means. I haven't even bought a Switch yet, but I feel like this cardboard Labo thing is going to hit and resonate with their fans. I just do. I think it's going to do well.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I'm not counting it out because, I mean, they're doing it for a reason and they're putting it through production and they've designed games around these things. So they got something that they're going to try to muster up, but man, I don't think it's going to stick. I don't think it's something that you're going to see for a while. And you're going to see, the 2 kits that come out and then you're going to see maybe 4 more kits, and then after that, I think it's gonna be like, all right, we're finished with this idea.
Yeah, make it like a limited run and see, and just if it does well, good. If it doesn't, well, it is what it is. Put something else on the board,
And you want to know, just now, it just kind of dawned on me. It's like, It's probably, the margins are going to be way higher on this cardboard shit than it would be if it was an actual peripheral. But maybe they're just trying to, like, test the water and see, like, would peripherals work? Like, will people still buy these things? Like, would somebody buy a piano to play this game? Or would they buy whatever the case may be? There's all kinds of different things. The robot or...
So you think they're, like, sneak marketing right now?
Yeah, they're, like, just trying to see, like, what people are willing to do. And you gotta know that, like, this cardboard shit's not gonna hold up. But, like, imagine if they put out, like, this robot suit, like the backpack and the two paddles, and then you put your, what are the fucking controllers called? I can't even think of them right now.
Now you got me fucked. Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons, yeah, the Joy-Cons. So then you throw the Joy-Cons in there, and then you have the control that way. And, you know, I think this is a good marketing ploy to see what the water will take.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Something I didn't think about.
Yeah, it didn't dawn on me till just now. I was like thinking, like, you know, the margins are going to be higher. They're going to make money while they're like testing, and then they may end up putting out some actual hardware. Like,
yeah, and they're disguising.
They were known for.
They're disguising it as like a cool ass state of the art, you know, not invention, but way they're doing things.
Yeah, and the name kind of makes sense. Like, if you drop the O off a Labo, it's just the Nintendo Lab. So, like, we're just testing things in the lab. We're just cooking things up, seeing what happens, pulling it out, giving you something else, you know, running some more tests. We may see some cool shit from Nintendo, because they've always... Well, I remember from the Super Nintendo, dude, when I got the Super Scope, that was fucking lit.
I never had one, but they are cool as fuck.
Yeah, dude, we had this, like, robot fighting game, like, that you shot fucking missiles at and stuff, dude. It was hype.
That's really, like, remember, you heard it first on Hella Average Gaming. So when this shit comes
like,
about...
I haven't seen anybody say this or talk about this, and I've read a few articles on Labo, so...
Makes sense. It makes sense. We got this...
I'm digging it out of my brain.
Boom, baby. I wouldn't want to live there, but I like the shit that comes out of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live here either.
Speaking of Nintendo, you've heard of Amiibos, right?
Yeah, man.
So Nintendo has little figurines that have like a RFID reader on the bottom of them, and you can put them on a pad, and they're interactive with some games. Like if you got a Link Amiibo, you can get Link in, I don't know, let's say you can get them in Mario Kart. But these figures interact with some of the games. Well, Sony announced their new line of Amiibo-like figurines. And I'm putting a preface on this, that they're only Amiibo-like on the looks. They're little statues that look just like the Amiibos. But they don't do anything. They're not interactive with the game as of now. But they're figurines just like the Amiibos. And they're naming it the Totaku line. Totaku. In their first run, and I mean, I don't know if they're going to do any more after this or not, but you've got the Bloodborne Hunter, which is by far the coolest looking one.
Dude, it is so sick.
Yeah, like I'm super excited. Kratos, Parappa the Rappa, Sackboy, Hayachi, and Crash Bandicoot. These are going to be $10 per figure, so they're not expensive. It'd be a cool collection to have. What is that? $60 for the whole collection.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And it's going to be exclusive to ThinkGeek and GameStop.
That kind of makes me worried, because we saw the things that they did with the like the Super Nintendo Classics.
Yeah, where they bundled the shit when nobody wanted it.
Where they forced you into these like wonky ass bundles for way more money. So I don't want to see them like try to stick these with games and all of this. Like, leave them standalone, or I'm not interested.
Yeah, so
plain as day.
You don't want them to be, you can buy God of War from us, but you have to buy the Kratos.
You're going to buy God of War.
Totaku.
But you're going to have to get the statue, which I don't even like the God of War figurine. I don't think it looks that good from what I saw. And, you know, I just don't want to be forced into something that I don't want to buy. Like, I'm buying God of War, but I want to buy God of War because I just want the game.
Let's see what this Kratos statue's got going on for. Man, that Bloodborne is so pretty. Good God, Hayachi is cool.
Yeah, I think Sackboy looks cool, but I just don't think Kratos, like, he just doesn't look right to me.
He's not the old school Kratos. He's the new Kratos with the beard. He's the new games Kratos, for sure.
Yeah. I think it would have resonated a little bit more. Like, you brought Parappa the Rapper. Like, the only reason I know Parappa the Rapper is because I had it on a demo disc for my PS1.
Parappa the Rapper.
And it resonates in me because I remember him as an iconic PlayStation character, not because I ever owned the game.
Yeah.
But the Kratos from God of Wars 1 through 3 would have resonated way better in terms of Totaku.
Yeah, and I think that if this is a limited run, then I'd be kind of sad because I would want some of these figures. It could be like a pop type deal where all of some, I would want I know for a fact I want a Sweet Tooth, Just a lot of these.
Oh,
a lot
that
of
would be
these.
sick.
Yeah, a lot of these characters that Sony has in their library. Like, bring them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they definitely should. If they sell well, I can see that happening. If they don't, then we're going to be in for... We probably won't see much more of this.
A sad fucking day is what it'll be.
Yeah, but it's it's a gamble. They're just like, let's license out a few characters and see what happens, and we'll let them do it. But it's, they could start doing, they could do Aloy, they could do, like the Resogun ship that's on the box art. I think Rocket League, like a car on a ball, like how they do, the trophies for RLCS would be sick. Like, they could do a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, for sure. And it wouldn't have to be just the exclusive. They're just starting, with that.
Oh, yeah.
Which I guess some of them aren't even exclusive, so...
No.
So, okay, I see. So, yes, they can license them out, see how it goes. And, like, figures right now you can think about it. Look at Pops. Like, I'm looking at my Pops right now.
Yeah.
I mean...
I got, like, fucking 15 of them.
Yeah, I just counted mine the other day, but I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 18 of them I've got. But, like, figures are just big. Like, action figures are coming back in. Statues are getting bigger. I mean, some of the shit, like, I was just looking on a website today called Hot Toys, which produces, like, collector quality action figures. And these things go for, like, $500 a pop.
Whoa.
But they're, like, some of the coolest.
What are they made out of?
I mean, they make them out of whatever I guess it's just like a mold, like a plastic mold. But, I mean, these things are like some of the coolest figures I've ever seen. Like shit that if I was rich, I would buy like every one of them just to have.
And they're tiny or they're big?
They're 12-inch. So, I mean, well, some are 12. The one I was looking at was a 12-inch Batman.
Bro, that's expensive for a 12-inch figurine.
Expensive as fuck.
Like, bro, I want like a 6-foot motherfucker, like for $500.
I mean, yeah, you would think you want the whole like the whole life size. Like I want the life size fucking Deadpool if I'm gonna do that. But no, it's like a company from Hong Kong, and they make like if you go to their website, man, they make some cool stuff. Like they've got a Ray and BB-8 figure that looks almost like lifelike for $289.
Oh wow! And what's the website again?
Go to sideshowtoy.com/hot toys. Or you can just go to hottoys.com for their own website.
All right.
But dude,
I'll
there's some
definitely
cool.
check that out.
It's just cool to look at because they look like fucking. They're standing in front of me.
Oh wow!
I mean,
so they're that realistic.
Yeah.
They're that detailed.
Yeah, I mean they're getting this money, by rights. So, like I said, that's just another way for them to kind of cash in on this hot new action. And it's not new. Action figures have been around forever, so...
Yeah, and then I guess to make them hyper-realistic, then you deserve the money, so...
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see where they go with it. But let's keep it moving. We get to talk about Activision. The CEO is stepping down. I don't think this is... We don't really know the reason.
Yeah, no reason behind it from what I saw in the article.
He could just be moving on to bigger, better things. He could just be done. There's no telling. But
he's been with them for 8 years, so he had a good stint.
Yeah, and Activision's done a lot of good things. I mean, I rag on them because of the shit they did with Destiny. Trying to piecemeal all this stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that stuff with Destiny boils past Activision and goes right to the source with this new game, but... Well, that's neither here nor there. I want to see it get fixed.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I know for a fact that there was more in that original Destiny. And like, these publishers, like Bungie, all they want to do is release a good game. But Activision said, no, we're going to piecemeal it out in DLC to make more money. Which, I mean, that's fine. That's what they're there to do. They got shareholders to please. But you know, all that aside, they're a good company. They've done a lot for gaming. So I'm it's anxious to see what they're going to do. What this new CEO will do. They're on the lookout for one now. I don't think they've named one.
I know, man. I should just apply.
Go for it. Knock it out. And then if you need like some product testing and R&D, I'm right there with you.
Oh, bro, I'm bringing everybody up with me.
Let's go.
The cream will rise to the top.
We know what we're doing. We know what we're talking about. We know what games people want. Mahjong 3D 2018.
Exactly, with guns and explosions.
Yes. And a timed arcade trial with a horde mode.
Yes.
Just a shit ton of fucking dominoes just running at your ass.
A game that dispenses Gatorade right into my mouth from the disc slot. I know, it sounds really erotic, but I want it to happen.
All I'm picturing is you sitting like shirtless. It's a hot sunny day. The air conditioner broke. You got fans going and there's this Gatorade pouring in your mouth. You got like fucking stains all over you.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, you know the old Gatorade commercials where they're like sweating it?
Hell yeah.
That's what, but I want that like to be real.
Oh, so you really want to sweat green? Or what's your favorite color?
My favorite Gatorade color is this like aquamarine.
Okay, so you just want to
like
sweat
new.
aquamarine then.
Yeah, dog. Like I want to just be drenched in it. Like
you're the kind of dude who probably likes that cucumber shit, don't you?
Bruh, nah.
Thank God. That's the most disgusting ass Gatorade I've ever tasted in my life.
My second favorite, though, is that G2 grape because it tastes like Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there's one that I've drank since I was a kid, man. It's called Riptide Rush. And it's so hard to find now, but it's a grape-ish flavor. But
it's the light purple one?
Yeah, the light purple one.
Yeah, dude, that one is
good.
So dank. The one that I can't stand, though, the red one.
I remember we had us a spring break one time, and me and Nick went out, and you're like, bring me back Gatorade. Just don't bring me back the red.
Yeah, dude, the red one's the worst. I was so dead that day.
Dude, you didn't get off the couch.
I know, for like 12 hours.
Oh, the days.
Shout out to Seagram 7.
I'm bogging 7-7s all night.
Yeah, dude, that was so funny.
Good times, man.
That's a story for another day. We need to start like a sidebar, like a 10-minute recap, like new show.
Yeah, like just quick snippets. We've gone off track twice, or 3 times this episode.
It's because we don't have Jeremy to keep us straight.
Jeremy's not there talking shit to us.
We're like, squirrel.
No, if
squirrel.
Jeremy was here, Jeremy's probably going to listen to it and be like, fuck! Because he's always wanting to talk about side shit, and we always stay on subject. Hey, the one time he's not here,
dog.
We're talking about everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, the last thing I've got on this list is we're going to talk about Fortnite a little bit.
Woo.
So, they had a big patch. Okay.
And we're not talking a patch, motherfucker. We're talking a patch.
Yep. So, the biggest part of this patch were the updates to the map. This was the most significant stuff. Now, I'm going to be paraphrasing this article from GameSpot, so go check it out if you want to see more about it. But they've added new areas, primarily to the western part of the map. There's going to be new cities. There's underground stuff now. There's going to be, let's see, swamps feel swampier, mountains feel more mountainy. Really, the difference, or the different areas on the map feel more unique. And that's from a lead systems designer who said that.
Yeah, I explored those parts over there with Will a bit. Because we decided, like, why not just try dropping in one of the new towns? And, dude, it is legit.
Yeah, it's... And which I don't know the map well enough, like, as it was. But, like, from what I did play and from what the changes were, it was so legit. Like, so good looking.
They tightened everything up.
There's no lag in the beginning, like in the waiting area where there's all 100 people. There's no lag.
And I mean, last week you would drop in and you would lag. It would catch up pretty quick, but you had definite lag.
Yep. There's a new level streaming system, and he said it doesn't directly affect the gameplay, but it enables a richer map and improved performance. Load times have been greatly reduced, and there's less hitching, and there's visual improvements implemented. So, like, they made this game so good looking. Like, to be a free game and a free add-on to an existing game at that, this is the cream of the crop. I've never seen a free game this well done. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
I haven't either.
Like, I mean, and I think I said it earlier when we started, like, I was all on PUBG's bandwagon. because I believed in it. I was like, this game is amazing. But when you add this style of Fortnite, which is that cartoon style, with the building into this battle royale world, it's like a perfect song. It's amazing. So I mean, I'm not gonna switch bandwagons, but I'm just gonna have to divide my time up. Like I'm hype training it up on Fortnite right now, man. I really am.
Yeah, and the hype train is well deserved for what they're doing with this game. They're about to really push to be one of the top games in this genre. I think that they're gonna put H1Z1 and they're gonna put PUBG in their rearview mirror soon with the updates that they're doing. And we're getting a second map, and it's just clean. The game is super crispy all the way around.
And the one thing that I really harp on, I know I say it a lot, is that they're going to retool their entire shooting system. So this is going to be have a run for an esports game. Like they're
oh dude, it would be sick.
That's why I know deep down the reason they're going to retool their shooting mechanic is so that it can compete in the esports world. Has to.
I hope they do it, dude.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, this could be Epic's. This is going to put Epic on the map.
Oh, dude, it already has. They've already marked their place on the map, just like we do when we're dropping down.
Yeah, absolutely. Boop. So, with that, they added a few new visual improvements. They included voice chat in the pregame lobby. So, I mean, I guess you could talk shit before you get into the game. We didn't do that last night. We're always in the chat party.
We sit in our own party because we don't want to let people hear what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So.
They did an updated kill feed, and that shows the distance on sniper rifle kills.
You called that out. I didn't even know that was in.
I saw it, and then I'm reading the article, and they kind of confirmed that too. There's a revamped version of the scoped assault rifle sights, and they removed friendly fire, which is a huge change.
Yeah, I don't think the friendly fire is permanent.
Well, they said so in this article. They stated as it was implemented recently, although it may only be a temporary measure as Epic evaluates what impact it has on the game. So they're testing it. So depending on whatever kind of impact it has, is going to be if it stays or goes.
Yeah, I mean, me and Will had one night where I know we played 3 matches and we just killed each other just for shits and giggles.
Sometimes
he
it's
ran
fun,
off.
man.
It is fun because he fucking ran off. He's running back towards me, and I just lobbed a grenade. He just walks right into it as it explodes, and that was the end of him.
That's fucking hilarious. We got down to top 2 last night, man. We almost had that. The first game we played. God almighty.
Yeah, man.
No,
it
the
was
second
so
game.
close.
The second game.
It was the second one because we only played 2, I think, before we went to bed.
God, man. You know, I forgot something, so I'm going to back it up. Me and Will played Brawlhalla after you got off.
Oh, yeah. I've only played it once. So
me and Will played just a local match with just me and him, which was fun. But where that game really shined is when we hopped in online. Like, it's all it is a Super Smash clone. There's some cool characters. They have different fighting mechanics. But it's all, like, with their weapons. So you start out with just hand-to-hand combat, and then they drop a sword on the map. And they drop them incrementally. And when you pick up the sword, that gives you your unique weapon. So, like, one chick's got a bow and, like, an axe. One guy's got, like, guns, like 2 guns. One guy's got a hammer. So there's 2 guns or 2 weapons, like a primary and a secondary. So the first time you pick up the sword, it gives you your primary. Then if you lose it, the second time you pick up a sword, it gives you your secondary, and it rotates like that.
That's pretty dope.
It's a cool mechanic, and I'm telling you, like, when we got online, I mean, we got handed to us the first match. The second match, it came down to me and the 2 guys on their team, because Will got knocked out 3 times. So that was fun. It was like 1-on-2. And in the last match, we did fucking good. Like, we were whooping ass, and we just barely got beat. But, like, that game,
yeah, the controls
really
are kind of funny, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, so you've got normal movement, and then it's like square and triangle for heavy and light. And then when you get your weapon, each weapon, I mean, you can do different type combos. Like, there's one chick I was playing who has a bow, and if you do like a certain, I think it's like square, then over and triangle, she'll shoot her bow, but it's a blue arrow, and like she transports to that arrow. But if you shoot it through somebody, like she'll transport through a person and it damages them.
Oh shit!
So like I found myself using her a lot, And like it's cartoony graphics. It's nothing special. It's just it got fun. It was really kind of cool online.
Yeah, I gotta check it out with you guys next time.
Yeah, so we need to kind of look more into that because it's pretty fun. I'm excited to get some more time into it. And there's only like 5 or 6 characters. I don't know if you got to pay to unlock them all, or I'm sure it's like a $20 pack to unlock all the characters.
Yeah, I think I've seen that there is some type of unlocking that you have to do.
But yeah, it's definitely a free-to-play game. I would recommend it. It's super fun. But that's it. I mean, that's all I got on the list. Did we miss anything, Carmen?
Dude, I think that covers it. There was a plethora of things to discuss, which makes me super happy.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's still early in the week. This is Monday, so I'm sure we'll have a lot more stuff coming out during the week. As always, we'll hop back in the studio. Nothing's happened so far since we started the podcast that was us hopping back. Yeah, but if anything big happens, like, I don't know, if Nintendo burns to the ground or something, we'll definitely tell you about it.
Yeah, we'll definitely add a little teaser in here or something. Little quick snippets.
So we all know you miss Jeremy. He'll be back with us next week.
Yeah, as long as his computer's finished updating.
Yep. He needs to update it like a week in advance because he's got like the slowest computer in the world, apparently. And we all know why that is.
Because he sucks dick!
Well, I was going to say he watches people suck dick. It isn't porn, but...
Oh.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, Carmen. So why don't you give him the rundown?
All right, guys. Let's first start off by saying we appreciate your patience and the change of our schedule. It just works better for all involved parties, and Cam's our editor right now. As soon as you train someone else, maybe the podcast will move back, but for the foreseeable future, the podcast is going to be released on Saturdays, and we hope that you guys don't mind that. If you do, give us some feedback. I'll probably tell you to kiss my ass, but whatever. I still love you guys. We need you to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube. We're still trying to work for that custom URL. And it's a slow process, and I'm not sure if our subscribers are going up. I need to start monitoring that more. But please subscribe, share us with your friends. Follow us on SoundCloud, listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play. If you want Jeremy to get a better computer to play games, watch porn, support us on Patreon.com. And please, like always, stay hella average.
Good night. That was awesome. That was awesome. Oh, shit.